to be picking up an airplane. I was wondering if there's a way to get in. All right, thanks. All right, so we just figured out how to get in this place. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Let's see if this works. Hey! Hey guys, this is Duzit, and I bought my first airplane. So we found the airplane that we really liked, and my co-owner in the airplane is imply. He went down to go check it out. He checked it out up and down. He said it was a good mechanical airplane. He was ready to buy it. So without seeing it, I put money down on the escrow and we bought the airplane. Then we had to go get it.
Where are we? We're in Navasota, Texas. Not too far away from old stomping ground in College Station, Texas. We may go there later today. I have literally no idea where we're going. Well, there's hangars on the left, hangars on the right, and I have no idea which one it is. I can call Josh.
He should be here, right? It's 3 o'clock.
All right, Josh isn't answering. Well, there's an open hangar over there. Let's see if this is it. Well, there's no aircraft here. I'm getting no response from the guy we bought the airplane from.
I kept calling the guy that we bought the airplane from over and over again, and we could not get a hold of him.
Hopefully this isn't a scam.
That's how we started this channel.
Get scammed out of buying an airplane. All right, well, we'll see.
Finally, the guy that we bought the airplane from gave us a call. He was on his motorcycle, so he wasn't able to talk to us at the time, and everything was actually just fine. So he told us where he was at, we met up with him, and then he walked us to the airplane where we got to check it out for the first time. It was an awesome experience getting to walk in and see that airplane that's actually going to be my airplane. I've always borrowed my airplanes, whether it was military or somebody else. So to be able to have an airplane that was actually my own really meant a lot. Seeing it for the first time was really special. So once we got in the hangar, the previous owner gave me a walk around the airplane, which was really nice considering the fact that I'd really only flown a Bonanza airplane for about 1 hour, and I'd never flown a Debonair. So I was really keen on listening to every word that he said so that I knew how to crank this thing up and get it out of here. Once we did a walkthrough of the airplane, it was time for us to start it up for the first time. So we pulled it out of the hangar and we decided to crank it up.
Prop clear!
Oh! So we overprimed it a little bit.
Okay. A little backfire.
He told me to prime it for quite a bit longer than I probably actually should have primed it. Massive backfire. Had me a little cautious about the purchase that I had just made. It's been great so far. Once I prime it appropriately, I've never had that happen again. But at the moment, it was a little disconcerting.
Let's do this.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for showing me around.
Yeah, of course, man. Fly safe. Yeah,
Thanks,
text me when y'all get there.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how the flight went.
Yeah.
Nah, she's a great airplane. She shouldn't give any trouble.
Let's get out of here before the sun goes down.
Let's do it. So when we got our ticket to Houston, we were trying to get it out as early as possible so we could get the airplane and get it back to Arkansas before sundown. Single engine airplane, flying at night for the first time, landing at night, it's not the best risk management decision making. So we really wanted to try to make it out as early as possible. Unfortunately, just based off the way that the timing worked, we weren't exactly able to do that. So in order to mitigate the risk and not fly all the way back to Arkansas and make sure that our first landing was at night, we decided to stop at a nearby airport just to have a landing during the day. Being in Navasota and going to Texas A&M University College Station, which is like 15 minutes away, I had to have the first landing at Easterwood Airport in College Station.
I'm gonna get distracted by the A&M Stadium. All right, well, she did really well. If that's how she lands, we're gonna be doing all right. I got a Navy T6 over here. It's got a 1,000 horsepower PT6 turboprop on it. Kind of has a little bit of a P51 look to it. People that flown the P-51, which I hope to one day, say that they handle actually pretty well. It's a really fun airplane, the way it handles. The crazy thing is that for people who have never flown airplanes before, like me, prior to going to the military, that is the first airplane that you fly, basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you're dealing with this, and that you're learning instruments in that, you're learning everything, formation, aerobatics, you're learning everything in that, and it is a lot.
We landed at Eastwood Airport and decided to go get a quick meal at Gate 12, which is the local FBO restaurant that's right there. Grabbed the meal and then hurried back to the airplane to try and get home as quick as possible. We weren't gonna make it before it got dark though.
425 Tango, cleared takeoff runway 17 for a left turn now. All right, clear for takeoff.
So there are a couple things coming home at night that we realized that was not exactly what we planned. First thing is we were expecting to be a little bit faster. We were cruising out. I was hoping to be about 150, 155, and it wound up that we were doing about 135, 140. So it just took us a little bit longer to get home. But more importantly is the lighting. We have some light strips up here at the top, which kind of project down onto the instruments, but the airspeed was virtually, you couldn't see it at all. There was no lighting behind it, no backlighting that was usable. In fact, I had to get Zach, who came with me, my buddy Zach, I had to get him to get his red light. He had a red light headlamp, and he literally was leaning across, shining it so that I could see what the airspeed was. So less than ideal. That was literally the first thing that we fixed, is we made sure that we had backlighting for all of our instruments. That and the landing gear. We swapped those out for LED bulbs so that we can make sure that we absolutely know if the gear is indicated down or not. Flying home in my own airplane was just an absolutely incredible experience. It was just really surreal to be in my own airplane flying home. Now I've had this airplane now for about 4 months. I've put about 60 or 70 hours on it, and it has been an absolute game changer. Being able to take my family on trips and getting there, instead of taking 6 hours or 10 hours to get there, getting there in literally 1/5 of the time or less has been so nice. Additionally, I'm still doing reserve duty part-time, and that's a 6-hour drive. And I'm doing that away from my family. And otherwise, I would have to drive home, and it would take 6 hours there and 6 hours back. But I can just fly and be there in an hour and a half. As far as the economics of it, I burn about the same amount of gas whether I'm driving the car or I'm flying an airplane. That's because as an airplane, I get about somewhere between 13 to 14 miles a gallon, and I can get there in about an hour and a half straight line as the crow flies. If I'm driving, I'm going back and forth on roads and not taking a direct path, and I get about 20 miles to the gallon. So by the time it's all said and done, I wind up using about the same amount of gas. The difference is it just gets there in about an hour and a half instead of 6 hours. So what that's allowed me to do is to be able to come home, spend time with my family on the weekends, and I'm really thankful to have this airplane to be able to have the opportunity to do that and spend more time with my family and have more adventures with my family and my friends.